And we're live. Hey, everybody. Todd Schroth here with Coach Daniel Betancourt, bringing you our Monday episode of Coaching with Daniel Betancourt and just how we can help you on a Monday. Go ahead, Danny.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Happy Monday. What a beautiful weekend we had, huh? It was like 88 degrees, I think it was on Saturday.
Florida's on fire again, whether it's real estate market and or the weather.
It was perfect boating weather, and
Yes.
I was at home on kid duty while my wife was having a girls' day out, getting a whole spa day and all that good stuff.
Nice.
I was enjoying the pollen and the sunshine at home.
Well, we're beach and volleyball tournaments, so that was nice down in South Florida. But yeah, the pollen is really bad right now.
Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about online presence and the importance of it, and that goes along with social proof as well. So we all know, whenever we're making a huge decision or even a small decision of buying something on Amazon, we want to read the reviews. And, my wife isn't happy unless the thing has like 4,000 reviews to read into, but we all do it. And when we're looking to work with someone, we're looking them up on Facebook and on different social media platforms and Googling them and trying to find out any bit of information that we can get on them. And it's super important. So a lot of us have been working on our reviews and testimonials for many years. Some people are just getting started. A lot of agents pay no attention to it, and they just accept the ones that come along by happenstance, but don't really have a strategy for getting more of them. But it's super important in this day and age, especially when buyers are out there comparing you to other agents that have a strategy for it and are accumulating many, many reviews. What do you do for that, Todd?
We've been heavily focused on Zillow for the longest time, and we've just mostly been shifting over to Google right now. Honestly, just because we're trying to pull not out of Zillow, but more business towards Google and kind of separate ourselves if we can. I still believe in Zillow because everyone still will go to Zillow. It's a consumer brand name. So I still feel we need our presence there, but we don't need it solely there like we've had it for so long. And we've been trying to go all in on Zillow or on Google right now and getting our reviews there as well. I think we're at like 90 right now. But Google, you can get more than just a consumer review there, which is great too. So I can get peer reviews. If I wanted to review you, Danny, I could do that, or I can have referral agents that I've done business with do reviews. The thing I like about Zillow is it is vetted. It's not just anybody can do it. You actually have to have a transaction in place. But as we're pushing Google and pushing more business there, we're trying to push our stuff to Google and add some into Facebook as well.
Right. So a lot of times agents will ask, which is the best one to get reviews on? And rather than looking at it as like, which is the best one, we should really collect reviews and testimonials everywhere. So you have Google, you have Zillow, you have Realtor.com, you have Yelp. What else? What else is important?
We've got Facebook. My buddy Anthony posted "Rate My Agent." I've heard of it. I've not used it, but I believe that's one where it'll blast it across all of them. I know there's an algorithm that has to work with that or some sort of syndication. So I would want to look into that one a little bit more.
Yeah. So Google, obviously the number one search platform in the world. I would place a lot of weight on that because Zillow, I would say, is probably the number one real estate website used by the public, but the number one website of them all is Google. So we should really collect reviews on Google and on Zillow. What's great about, you were mentioning getting peer reviews on Realtor.com. They have a section for reviews and another section called for recommendations.
Okay.
And recommendations, what I have my assistant do, any testimonials that I get on Zillow or Google, my assistant's able to go in there and copy and paste them into Realtor.com under the recommendations. So a lot of the platforms won't allow the professional to actually go in there and copy and paste into the recommendations, but Realtor.com has that function. Yelp is another one. The popularity of Yelp in general, I feel like has been decreasing over the years, but a lot of people really believe in Yelp. I look on Yelp when I'm interested in finding a new restaurant, if I'm in a new area.
Right.
But, Google for sure. YouTube. I have been over the years collecting video testimonials, and I know I've seen you've done some awesome video testimonials with your customers also, Todd.
Yeah.
Anybody I think would rather watch a short, sincere testimonial from an actual customer whose story they can relate to, rather than just reading a paragraph online. It's more engaging, and more people are searching YouTube. YouTube, since it's owned by Google, it pops up in the search results often as well. So collect those, and what's your process for that?
Well, we'll usually send an email out after closing and ask, how do we do? And we'll send them to everybody, whether it's a 1-star rating or 5-star rating. We want to send it to everybody because we want it to be honest out there. Obviously, Most of the people who are going to post them are going to be the 5-star people. But there's just an email that goes with the link that's there. The thing with Google, if you're going to use Google for your testimonials, you need to have a Google My Business page set up. Right. And so it is your own, like your Facebook business page. It's your own page that you need to have an address attached to. And you want to put content there. So if you do video testimonials, drop the video on your Google My Business. If you're going to get a photo with your clients, drop the photo there and attach it to the review if you can do that. Those are the best ways, I think, to use Google. But you want to make sure you get the Google My Business page set up, because that's where a lot of people are going to search. And if they type in realtors in Orlando, if you can put some algorithm behind it, you'll have an opportunity there.
Right. So what we've been doing is what you said, within a week, we'll usually request a review from the customer. But after about several months, maybe 3 to 4 months, even if they've left us a review, we'll ask again for a review, because sometimes, you won't remember that you left a review 4 months ago. So if, we'll do one campaign of just asking for Google reviews, then maybe 6 months later, we'll ask everybody again. It'd be a huge help if you'd provide us with a review on Zillow. And then we try to do something like that on a quarterly basis. So that way we're collecting reviews on all of the platforms. And on YouTube, what I've done personally is I'll collect the video testimonials, and then I can create a playlist of customer testimonials right on YouTube. And you can create a link that'll just, you can share a link to that playlist for anyone who's interested in watching reviews. I've been collecting those in English and Spanish. So if you're a bilingual agent out there, be sure to get those reviews in both languages.
I love the playlist on YouTube, because that's a great thing to have on your email signature too. Check out our reviews, and it is just sitting there asking them a couple questions. How do we do? Be honest, talk, etc. And people love it. I mean, one of the agents on our team is big on getting video reviews.
Right. It's awesome, especially if you've had just a knock your socks off transaction with someone. They are usually super happy to do that. You can reward them for doing that in some way, a gift card to a restaurant. But the ones that are professionally done are very nice, but it doesn't take a whole production crew to do it. You can set up a cell phone, and they'd be happy to do it. How about what we're doing right now? You can get someone on a Zoom call or on StreamYard, and same thing. You can record a video review just like this. You can call a customer up.
Yep.
If you feel like their story would translate well or would be well received by a large group of buyers or sellers out there, that they could relate to the story, ask them some questions about the transaction, how it went, why someone who's in their same situation would choose someone like yourself, and let them answer, let them create the magic.
I think it's great if you've got like specific community pages or something that you're running to, putting your videos there or doing the Facebook Lives on that as well, in neighborhoods or other things. I love your idea of going every quarter and asking for reviews, having the links there, because not everyone's going to put it on every page. Right. Yeah, it only takes 5 to 7 minutes, but they're usually going to want to get one and done. So if they go to hit Zillow the next time, well, we already did it there, so let's go and do the Google. So I'm doing the breakdown there.
Right. Rather than sending a customer an email saying, hey, choose one of these 4 places to leave me a review, or choose all of them. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of doing it that way, although it's effective for a lot of people. I'd rather just be very, simple in the instructions. Here's a link, click here. If you could leave me a review, I'd be very appreciative for that. It'd be super helpful. And then, 4 months later, they get another email asking in different words, but it's a link to a different website. So,
and that's another 4 other ways you can do touch points to your clients.
Right.
So as you're checking in and stuff, the thing with, what was I going to say? I've got a brain fart. Sorry.
No, it's cool. The with the YouTube playlist, you can create a domain on let's say GoDaddy.com, and it could be ShrothCustomerTestimonials.com or ShrothTestimonials.com or something to that effect, and you can have that in your mailers, in your postcards, to watch customer videos on our excellent service. Go to
We had a happytoddclients.com for a while that they can go and look at reviews on there, and it would take them usually to the Zillow page. But now we're switching everything over where we want them to go to look at Google for the reviews.
Right. So you have to have a system. That's a big point of this whole discussion, is that don't just wait around and hope someone's going to think about, hey, that process went really well. Let me go find a website that I can leave a review on.
Right.
You have to ask for it, and you have to. I choose my words carefully. It's not all about me. I try to make it so lots of other customers would find it very helpful to hear your story about how our transaction unfolded. If you could describe that a little bit in your review, it would be really helpful to me, but also helpful to customers out there that are in your same situation.
Well, I expect, if you weren't bringing a team to the table, and if you're just an individual agent, you are still bringing a team to the table, leave a review about how myself, our lender, our inspector, and everyone did through the closing process, and mention this all in there, because I love when I get the reviews on our team members, and or if it's one of my clients, they talk about Katie and the marketing and the closings and stuff, and they mention the support team's names in there, so it shows that it is a true team effort, not just an individual.
And don't be afraid to prompt the customer. Hey, when we close your transaction, if you could take a moment or a sentence or two just to describe the fact that we were able to negotiate the roof replacement in your purchase. I think a lot of people would benefit if you would mention that in your review. You can prompt them, or when you're doing a video, if you're doing a video testimonial, as you're preparing for that video testimonial, whether you're doing it on your own camera or you're doing it, with a professional crew there, you can have your questions prepared in advance to touch on certain points that happen throughout the transaction that you feel would resonate with the audience.
We just had one of our closings we just had in this market, it underappraised by $20,000, and the agent kept threatening we have other offers. Well, they ended up going with our offer $20,000 lower than what we had agreed to on contract price. And so that was in the review about how we negotiated $20,000 off the asking price for them. And so that's it shows some strength in the review about how, we're going to fight for our customers to get the price down. Even though we were willing to pay X and the seller was expecting X and said they had other offers at X, because they didn't want to start the process all over.
Yep. Another effective way of doing the video is right there with the customer, where you're both there in the camera and everybody's happy, whether it's at the closing, and you say, hey, would you mind just doing a quick review or testimonial, and just open the camera and say, hey, I'm here with Patricia. She just closed on her first home and just wanted to ask you, how did it go? And they're so excited, you can feel that emotion. It's even more, it resonates even more with the audience because it's new to them. So their emotion is going to speak through the camera more on the closing day, for example, than it would 2 months later.
You want to find them at their happy spot, whether it's, because sometimes too much stuff happens at closing. If you call them with the good appraisal or the inspection's great, ask them then. We started doing that, for a little bit. We started asking way before the transaction was over. And some of the clients were saying, well, once we're done with the transaction, we'll go ahead and review you at that time.
Right.
And we quit asking ahead. But I think you want to find a happy spot in the transaction where they're going to be good to do that stuff.
It's case by case. Can't do the same thing for everybody.
Yeah. I love your quarterly idea, because that's how you can gain more and get multiple reviews from somebody. And the recommendations on Realtor.com, we're going to look at going back and doing that as well.
Yes. So if you have a favorite script that you use for asking for a review, we'd love to see it in the comments of this video. That'd be cool. And I think you're going to be preparing a resource for agents who win. And we can share a script as well for asking for a review if you feel like you need one. Just check into the resources. And
check out the poll we've got going on right now. This is kind of a good segue. What are your best ways to click reviews? If you have something, drop it in there as an option. We'd love to hear what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, if you have some tips that we didn't cover today, we'd love to hear those too.
Yep. Cool, guys. Well, you have a happy Monday, and we will see you on our Friday show.
Have a great week.
All right. Enjoy.